listening to Chiro Candy,
the podcast of sweet chiropractic success. Now, here's your host, Billy Sticker.
In this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite AI tools, one that I use just about every day, at least multiple times a week, and it's called NotebookLM. You may have heard of it. If you haven't, and once I show you some use cases for it, you'll definitely see how it can be very, very handy. You connect to it to any of your Google accounts. And to find it, you can either just, if you're listening to the audio version of this, you can just look up when you have a chance, just Google NotebookLM, or you can go to notebooklm.google.com. You'll sign in with whatever Gmail account you want. I actually have multiple Gmail accounts, and so this just happens to be one of them. And you can see here these are actually all different notebooks that I have currently. This is one on Q4 chiropractic marketing strategies. Here's one on building voice AI. This is something that we're actually in the process of doing right now. We have some clients we're getting set up on it. Really neat, just them being able, an AI being able to answer your phone and help schedule patients and take messages and transfer to, just really cool stuff. Some Bible notes on here, some coaching things, just different notebooks for different topics. So I write in notebooks all the time. I've got this one sitting here on my desk. There's always one of these around. I have one I do for my Bible studies. I have one that I do for work. So think about it kind of like that, or almost whenever you were in school, you had notebooks for different subjects. It's kind of like that. A great use case for this would be, this is an example I use often, is let's say a pastor wanted to do a sermon series on fasting. He could get online and look up any pastor or minister that he really had a lot of trust with, and find any YouTube, any sermons that they've done. He could take their YouTube videos and upload them into here. He can find different articles, different scripture references, things like that on fasting, and he can put them all inside of one NotebookLM or one notebook, and then that's the knowledge base that he can start asking questions and getting the AI to answer questions and pull it just from that knowledge base. Another example, let's talk about pastors as well with this. Let's say that they did a sermon series on whatever it may be. It's February, they did one on relationships. They could take all 4 of those videos, YouTube videos, put them in here, and just put the YouTube links directly in here. And then what will happen is they can then ask the NotebookLM, the AI, to build them a book outline. Let's say that they wanted an 11 or 12, let's say a 12 chapter outline on that topic, and it's going to be used for a book. So then it'll give them an outline, then it can go deeper and deeper and actually turn that into a book. And it's all their own content, all the stuff they used or that, they came up with. But that's another use case scenario for it. So let's jump right in and let me show you how you could use it. So if you wanted, once you're at notebooklm.google.com, you can click this Create New, or you can see right here I have one that's untitled. I'm just going to open that. So the first thing it's going to do is ask you to upload sources. You can upload just about anything. If you look down here on the bottom, it says you can upload things straight from your Google Drive. So if you have a link to different Google Docs, you can upload it here. Google Slides, if you've already have presentations that you've done or that somebody else has done, you have access to, you can upload links directly to a website, YouTube videos, or you can actually just copy and paste text. You can also write your own stuff and put in here. But let's say that you wanted to do a workshop on cervical issues and headaches. What I'm going to do is I already have some YouTube videos on standby. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit the YouTube. I'm going to paste it, and then you'll see it go in there. I will grab another one. I'll come over here. I'm going to add source, and I'm going to upload another one. And we will repeat this a few different times. We'll do another YouTube video. And then I'm going to do, this one is not a YouTube video. This is just a link to a website that is a bunch of research on cervical issues and headaches. So this one is just going to be a link. I'll put the link in there. Every once in a while, you'll try to do a YouTube video, and it may give you an error. And that's typically if the video is private and maybe, or it's unlisted and you have a link to it. Sometimes it won't let you do it. Or if it's a brand new video, it's something that was just recently been uploaded. Sometimes you have to wait a little bit for the YouTube for the YouTube as a source file to work. So we have that there. Another thing that I think is very, very important, and I've covered this in some other training before also, is you want to use AI to build a patient persona or an ideal patient profile that you can market to. So a great way to think about this is I did this for a client earlier today. I was on a call with her, and she's doing some functional medicine. So we got in ChatGPT. We did this together. We said, okay, we need a patient profile of a chiropractic / functional medicine patient. What are their, and these are the questions that I always put on there. What are their pains or their problems? What do they want? What do they not want? And what have they tried? So we want to cover all those things. So we asked ChatGPT to come up with that. And what it'll do is it'll build out a Google, not a Google Doc. It actually just builds out just the persona. And if we click over here, I've got this one, and actually I can do a couple of different things. I'm going to go ahead just for you to be able to see it. I can either paste it in here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to add source. I can either paste something that's copied. So I can paste that. So this is what ChatGPT came up with. A patient profile for a chiropractic functional medicine patient. A demographic, 35 to 55, predominantly female, though not exclusively. Pains, and it just goes through and talks about, it totally describes your ideal patient. But what's good about this, in anything you do with AI, if you can upload a patient profile, then when you're asking it to come up with video script ideas or marketing emails or Facebook campaigns, whatever it is, it knows that this is the person that it's speaking to. This is your ideal patient. These are their problems. These are their desires. So it'll write the scripts and attack everything for that particular person or that type of person. So it's always good to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that. Even though I have that inserted, I also have this as a Google Doc. And just because, I'm just going to upload it twice. So I'm going to put the link straight there. And there it is. And that's something else you want to do, is once ChatGPT creates this personality or this profile for you, just save it as a Google Doc that you can upload to use for other things. I actually have a training I did on creating a custom GPT where we talk more about that. So there's that. Now, these are all about cervical issues, and these really are just random things that I pulled off YouTube. Then I have a couple of YouTube videos on how to communicate persuasively. So I'm going to add these in also. I'm just going to do 2 of these. So now what we're going to do, now that we're giving it a knowledge base of not only the type of content that you want, talking about cervical issues and headaches primarily. We've also given it a website that has a lot of research there. We gave it the personality of who your audience is going to be, who your audience is. And then we've also given it we've fed the knowledge base with information on how to actually communicate persuasively. So now I can come in here and I can say, let's see, what would be the best thing I can type in here? I need a presentation outline. I'm going to say persuasive. I need a persuasive presentation outline on cervical issues and headaches to deliver to my ideal chiropractic patient. So I'm just going to leave it real simple like that. And let's just see what it comes up with a simple prompt like that. We can obviously get better with the prompt, but let's see what this produces. Now, what it's actually doing is it's transcribing all of these YouTube videos. It's got all the information, and then here is the outline that it came up with. Now, chances are you wouldn't even really need this. You could just come up with a presentation on your own. But it's good, because you know enough about this, but it's good to sometimes have a good outline to go off of. So here we have the introduction, and it's actually even telling you we need an attention grabber, we need a hook. So it's built that in here for you. We need to establish the need or the problem. This is great. So it's not just giving you information, it's literally providing it in a persuasive way. And then we have the thesis or the argument, and then we have the body. Okay, what's the main problem? And then it just goes through here to the solution, the benefits, conclusion. You kind of see what we did there. So that's a great way to use NotebookLM. One of the many, many use cases for this tool. I use it all the time, especially if I see a YouTube video that is, let's say it's 20 minutes long, and I don't want to spend 20 minutes reading it. I will take that YouTube link, bring it over here to NotebookLM, and actually just upload it in here and then ask it to summarize it for me. That is what I used to do. Now I have another tool that allows me to put any link, push a button, and it transcribes it and summarizes all the YouTube videos into a quick highlight. It's fantastic, but that's a tool we'll talk about another time. So I hope you found this useful. It's a great tool, NotebookLM. Just go to notebooklm.google.com, and I will share more AI tools and marketing tips with you in the future. Thanks for joining.